ElectraCast.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for November 18th, 2025.
Today, the Senate introduced 22 bills and 5 resolutions. Among the measures moved forward, several bills were reported out of committee with potentially far-reaching impacts. One aims to ensure that law-abiding citizens can transport knives across state lines, clarifying a patchwork of local restrictions around the country. Another advanced as well, tightening the legal framework around the recovery of Holocaust-era stolen art by limiting certain defenses museums and private holders may use. And in the aviation sector, one pushes to modernize aircraft nationwide through new ADS-B. In safety technology requirements, on the floor, the Senate passed the Taiwan Assurance Implementation Act, requiring regular updates to diplomatic guidelines governing U.S. engagement with Taiwan. Senators also approved resolutions recognizing Native American Heritage Month and Family Caregivers Month, honoring communities whose contributions are often underacknowledged. Debate also began on the Department of Defense Appropriations Act for 2026. In a particularly notable procedural move, the Senate agreed to pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act immediately upon receiving it from the House. The chamber also advanced the nomination of Ho Nia to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission by invoking cloture, teeing up a final confirmation vote for November 19th. And senators received a slate of new nominations spanning financial regulation, federal judgeships, and military leadership, while one nomination, Donald Korb for IRS Chief Counsel, was formally withdrawn. Looking ahead, Senator Lummis announced plans to bring forward a Congressional Review Act resolution challenging a Bureau of Land Management resource plan. Meanwhile, in the House, representatives introduced 47 bills and 7 resolutions, while committees filed reports on legislation supporting workers who serve trafficking survivors and expanding health research for women facing lung cancer. The House's major floor action centered on the overwhelming passage of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which cleared the chamber on a bipartisan 427-1 vote. Members also voted to express disapproval of Representative Chuy Garcia's behavior and approved a resolution authorizing a one-time display on the National Mall. And in a string of closely watched Congressional Review Act votes, the House moved to overturn 3 separate Bureau of Land Management decisions affecting public lands in Alaska and Wyoming, actions with significant implications for energy development, conservation, and tribal communities. A resolution to censure Delegate Stacey Plaskett failed, while rules governing debate on upcoming measures passed by narrow margins. Representative Miki Sherrill also announced her resignation, effective November 20th. Across committees, the House weighed issues from broadband expansion to AI chatbot risks, from deposit insurance reform to immigration enforcement and small business innovation. And in joint sessions, members examined frontier technologies and NATO's eastern flank security posture. Finally, lawmakers noted that the government continues operating under a recently enacted continuing resolution preventing a shutdown through fiscal year 2026. Those were the key activities of November 18th, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
I'm Iris, your host of the Powers of Darkness podcast. Who wrote the mysterious lost version of Dracula? A group of historical researchers and authors will do anything to find out. Lust, money, betrayal, power. It's all here in the Powers of Darkness podcast. Available October 2025.
Hey everybody, Diego here from the Candle Power Hour and Candle Power Records. Together with ElectraCast Records, we proudly present Imperial Highway, a California sampler. 15 singles tracked by artists all based in California. Every song on Imperial Highway is mastered to deliver. Rock and roll is back, and we got what you want. If you're craving new music, Imperial Highway hits the spot. Download Imperial Highway. Check us out at candlepowerrecords.com and listen to the Candle Power Hour on ElectraCast.
ElectraCast.